I heard the explosion from inside my house, a violent, earth-shaking blast that made every picture frame on my wall jump like they were trying to evacuate. At first, I thought maybe a tire burst on the highway or someone was testing fireworks way too early in the year. But when I looked out my window and saw a tower of flames swallowing my Tesla, my heart slammed to a stop. My driveway looked like a mini volcanic eruption. Sparks flying, smoke boiling into the evening sky, and the heat hitting my face even from inside the house. My mind went blank for a second, because nothing prepares you for seeing your own car turning into a bonfire. Welcome to Prodigy Tales. Make sure you like and subscribe for your top-notch HOA drama. Before we dive in deeply, let us know in the comments what country or which city you're watching this story from. We'd love to know how far this story travels. Now let's rewind, because this didn't begin with flames or explosions. It started with Karen, our unstoppable HOA president, the self-appointed queen of rules, fines, and unsolicited opinions. One Saturday evening, she called an HOA meeting, claiming it was urgent, which usually means she found a lawn 2 millimeters too tall. But this time she walked in holding printed screenshots like she discovered a national security threat. She slapped the papers on the table and revealed a tweet made by Elon Musk. It said, "Honestly, HOAs feel like a simulation glitch. Why are people paying money to be bossed around by strangers?" Karen read it as if she were reciting a war declaration. Her face tightened, her lips thinned, and her voice cracked with outrage. She insisted Elon Musk had insulted her position of authority, and therefore she was banning Teslas from the entire neighborhood. According to her, it was a personal attack, and she wasn't going to let it slide. The wild part? She expected all of us to follow along with her meltdown like it was a holy commandment. And since I was one of the few Tesla owners, her new decree pointed straight at me like a missile. She claimed she'd teach him a lesson. Somehow. Through us. Through me. Like Elon Musk even knew she existed. Karen gave me exactly 1 week to get rid of my Tesla and replace it with what she called a non-offensive vehicle. She even handed me a list that looked like it was printed in 2006, cars no one with functioning taste would ever buy. But there was no universe, no dimension, not even a multiverse, where I was going to bow to her tantrum over a billionaire's tweet. So I waited. I let the week crawl by without lifting a finger. Meanwhile, some of the other homeowners, terrified of Karen's wrath, panicked and traded in their Teslas within days. It was like watching full-grown adults surrender to a dictator armed with nothing but a clipboard and misdirected anger. But I held my ground. The moment the deadline passed, Karen acted like she had caught me committing a federal crime. She started stuffing my mailbox with fines, warnings, violation notices, and letters filled with dramatic lines like, "You are destabilizing the peace of Maple Ridge Estates," and "Your refusal to comply endangers community respect." She even labeled me the enemy of the neighborhood, which honestly only made me laugh harder. I ignored every single notice, and each time I did, her rage grew louder and pettier. One afternoon, she marched up to my doorstep with the fury of a malfunctioning robot. She jabbed her finger at my chest and threatened me like she was delivering a monologue from a cheap courtroom drama. She promised she would teach me a lesson so unforgettable even Elon Musk would hear about it. I told her, calmly, that Elon Musk wouldn't care if she screamed his name from the highest mountain because he was too busy launching rockets and building cars I actually enjoy driving. But Karen didn't want logic. She wanted control. By then, every cowardly homeowner had caved to her threats, leaving me as the last Tesla owner standing. I became her personal obsession, her symbolic rebellion against a man who didn't even know she existed. She glared at my driveway like my car was a crime scene waiting to happen. And little did I know, she was already planning the lesson she swore she'd deliver. A few days later, I was inside my house watching a movie, finally enjoying a break from the exhausting chaos Karen kept stirring up like it was her full-time profession. My Tesla sat outside on the driveway, charging peacefully under the porch light. Everything felt calm, ordinary, and perfectly quiet, until the universe decided it was time for another episode of Karen Creates Catastrophe. Out of nowhere, a massive explosion thundered through the neighborhood. The shockwave rattled my windows so violently I thought the glass might crack. My heart slammed against my ribs as I raced to the window, and the sight nearly knocked the breath out of me. My Tesla was engulfed in flames, burning like someone had summoned a miniature sun right in my driveway. For several seconds, I stood frozen, my brain refusing to accept what my eyes were screaming. Then instinct kicked in. I bolted outside, and the heat blasted into me like opening an oven set to maximum. Fire roared, sparks shot upward, and black smoke curled into the night sky. And there, standing a little too close, pretending to be horrified, was Karen. Her eyes widened theatrically, but the smug little twitch at the corner of her mouth betrayed her. She looked like someone desperately trying to hide a victory celebration. Panic shoved me back inside long enough to grab my fire extinguisher. I fought the flames, spraying until the fire coughed, sputtered, and slowly died. Everything around the car was charred, melted, or covered in soot. My charger cable was in two halves, and the smell of burnt plastic filled the air. Karen clasped her hands dramatically and gasped, "Oh no, who would do such a terrible thing? Is this your car? This is shocking." Her acting was so painfully fake, I almost laughed. Instead, I walked inside, pulled up my porch camera footage, and rewound. And there it was. Karen sneaking up my driveway with a red gas can, pouring it across the hood, then striking a match with the enthusiasm of someone lighting a birthday candle for chaos. A slow, cold smile crept across my face. Karen had officially declared war, and she had no idea what I was about to unleash. The moment I saw the footage, I didn't waste a second. I marched outside with my phone in hand, and Karen was still there, hovering around the wreck like she expected applause for her performance. When she saw me approaching, her expression shifted from fake concern to a nervous flicker she couldn't hide. I didn't say a word. I simply held the phone up and hit play. The video showed her creeping into my driveway, dumping gasoline, striking the match, and sprinting away like a guilty cartoon villain. Her face drained of color so fast it looked like someone unplugged her soul. She opened her mouth to speak, but nothing came out except a shaky croak. I turned and walked away. I didn't need a confession. I had evidence stronger than anything she could lie her way around. Within minutes, I called the police, and when the officers arrived, Karen tried everything, crying, yelling, blaming hackers, even claiming it was deepfake technology. The officers asked to see the footage directly from the camera app, and when they confirmed it was real, the shift in their tone was beautiful. They handcuffed her right there on my lawn while she tried to twist her wrists away, shouting that she was the HOA president and deserved respect. One officer calmly replied, "Ma'am, that doesn't put you above arson laws." It was perfect. I pressed full charges. The investigation was fast, and the evidence was overwhelming. Karen's reign collapsed overnight. She was arrested, charged with arson, vandalism, property destruction, and endangerment. Her mugshot spread through the neighborhood like wildfire, and the same homeowners she bullied for years finally saw her for the chaos machine she truly was. In court, I sued her for every last dime: damages, the car, the charger, the driveway repairs, everything. The judge didn't hold back. Karen was ordered to pay an amount so large her eyes glassed over like she'd just watched her life evaporate. She lost her HOA position, her savings, her reputation, and eventually her home. The neighborhood celebrated like it was a holiday. Justice had finally come for Karen. The end. Please like and subscribe for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.